What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel for the third time. So, yep, had a bit of issue. Going to re-record the market watch. Gonna try to keep up the energy. Let's just get into it. It is the end of the year, and everyone knows the end of the year brings stale card prices. I'm not saying that the market is completely dormant, that nothing's going to happen, but there are pretty much like there are a lot of things that are kind of going to stay the way it is. We have no confirmation of certain cards getting reprinted, so there'll be some cards that are out there that are just that seem like, hey, they're not really doing anything, they're not moving, but they're still going to be worth something. One of those cards that I feel is the Dark Charmer Gloomy. This is, it's one of the it's one of the Charmers. It's been on a roller coaster. Sorry about that. Been on a complete roller coaster, 100% roller coaster, just constantly moving mountains, always moving up. We like to see our card prices moving up. Did I say card prices? I meant card prices. I got too much on the mind right here, people. Okay, so we got 287, $3, 325, 337. It's pretty much the $3 price point, which really makes sense. There's a lot of darks in the format right now, so the better X deck with the certain archetype is, or certain decks with this certain archetype, then the certain corresponding charmer will be more popular, both as something that'll work with the deck and work against the deck. Like, you could use this to pull out some pretty strong dark monsters. You could also use it to just link climb. So this does have a lot of use. I noticed. I was noticing when I was looking up the charmers, because I do look up stuff here, just look up certain kind of popular or key cards now and then, just to keep up, so I could post on my own TCG account. And one of them that I noticed is Win the Wind Charmer. This one right here, I'm very surprised, because it looks like the ultra rare is commanding like a $2, $2.97. Yeah, it's kind of the same as the Dark Charmer. So even the Dark Charmer only has one reprint. This card is commanding the same exact, is almost the same, if not a very identical price, which is very much surprising. I'm not sure if maybe they're using it to bring out, if someone has a Bury the Storm ones in the grave, they could use this. If they change a heart, one of their wind monsters, or if they have a wind monster, so I mean, there's a lot of different reasons. But I do kind of find it surprising that this card is commanding a similar price to the Dark Charmer. But unlike the Dark Charmer, this one does have reprints. It has two rare reprints, one in Raging Rampage. This one is very accessible. Like, you got this one at 28, 29, 48, 49. So it's not super hard to get. So it isn't even, so it isn't like a situation where even these are expensive. It is very, it has copies that are very easy, very easy for you to get. I don't know why I'm trying to make this complicated. We got, either it's like a 10 cents, 29 of them for 10 cents, so yeah, these are not anything special. It's just if you want to get the hollow version. So if you want the hollow version, you're pretty much paying the same price as the Dark Charmer. Bestial Magnumut, there is not a single person who understands how Yu-Gi-Oh works who is surprised on what Bestial Magnumut has going for it right now. No. It has attack, it has effect, it's a searcher. It is freaking awesome. Everyone knows that an effect like this, especially in a format like this, is very much gonna make cards like this go up. And when this is not gonna get reprinted, well, I shouldn't say that, because Konami did reprint Aluber, but you gotta understand that wasn't necessarily for us, the players. Konami did that for themselves, because they were going to release the branded structure deck, so they knew that people were gonna, so to kind of hype that up more, they made it easier for you to access the Lubellion, so that way you could eventually combine it and do all the other stuff. Yeah, so I don't want to say, I want to say never here, but I don't think this is gonna get that kind of treatment. I very much just see these things kind of just holding those high price points as long as we're in this kind of meta. Like, if we go into a meta where Fluanderies and Salamangrate are the two best decks, you feel me? If that's the if we're in that kind of like, you know, meta for some reason, then okay, yeah, then this is not going to be that good. Like, you know, there's no light and darks. But as long as you got a good light and dark deck, or even Dragon Link in general, because it's like it doesn't have to be like their graveyard. So even if like Dragon Link becomes a deck again, they're gonna run these things. So like these are always gonna be used, and Bestial Magma is just continue to go up and prove that. It's at it's pretty much $18-19. So you're pretty much paying like 19 $19 for this card. You know, if you include the shipping, $18. So yeah. But that also carries over to the Druid Form. Druid Form is still commanding a super high price point. I picked up this engine when it was way cheap because I knew it was going to be good, and I'm very much glad I did because I'm using it in the deck that I'm trying out right now. So I'm happy to have it. But man, like if I would have held out, I probably would not even be playing the deck I'm playing right now. So like yeah, I'm just kind of amazed that like almost everything in this deck has just completely kind of gone up. This one right here is commanding close to the same price as the Magnemite. $16 right here. If we include the shipping, it's 17. So like the other one is 19, this one's 17. These are commanding very, very, very close prices, and it isn't the best because like I wish the cards like see this is like I guess this is why like man, I don't even know exactly what I'm gonna try to say here, so I don't want to say because I don't want to say like the wrong words here. But this is like why sometimes like even when we get good, like if the card's that good in the right format, it doesn't matter what rarity it is. Like literally, unless it's a common and everyone has like 15 copies, there's gonna be some kind of value in these cards. And yeah, like I'm pretty sure that these aren't even short prints either. So these are just that good that they're just that popular, commanding. Every deck needs them. These are eventually gonna be on a list on our side. Watch it. Bestial Saranir. Yeah, okay. In my other videos, I very much stayed away from trying to pronounce this card because I thought that my stutter was gonna just kill me. I got through the name, but I'm very sure that I butchered it. So I'm just gonna leave this as Bestial Purple Lion Guy. Bestial Purple Winged Lion Guy. All right, he was super high, he was super low. Now he's super mid. He's commanding a $2. I shouldn't just say straight up $2, but like I guess like right here you got him for $2 and 315, but then 220 with the $1 shipping. So it's like a $2 to $3 card. This like you got to ignore this direct price. Like this direct price is almost never correct. But this still kind of commanding that like $2 to $3 price point right here. You got a couple sales right here for like $2 and then 315. But the graph right here is showing 270. Like this is just wild. Like this pretty much just shows that like people want to run Bestial so bad that that a lot of times it's not even about them searching, because like I really feel that like they want it, they it's like it's not really like, oh, I need Magnum to search. They just want to banish in the grave and interrupt and get that big body on the board. Like that's really that's probably a good that's like a good chunk of why the Bestials like are really good. Like yes, you get to search, yes, you get to interrupt, but just the fact that you're able to like summon a big body and you could just get rid of a card in the graveyard and do it as a quick effect in certain situations just makes it so freaking good to the effect that even the worst one is starting to go up. The Bestial Lubellion, this guy right here, he is like, unless you're running a pure Bestial deck, he's not really something you need to worry about. Like if you have 50 bucks laying around, you might as well pick yourself up. If you had 50 bucks, I might as well just I wouldn't probably maybe not like the Magnum, but I'd probably max out on this guy, max out on these or something just to have more of the variety. But yeah, I wouldn't even mess around with this unless you're running like a pure Bestial deck. Like it's much more like right now I very much see the Bestial as way more useful as an engine more than just like a deck themselves. All right. So going to my next couple of cards, we are going to talk about Triple's Tactics Talent and a couple of cards from Magnificent Mavens. I told a lot of people when this was at $9, it's right here. This was the lowest point at 888. But when this was in the $9 price point, I told everyone, pick them up. $9 triple tactic talent is a really, really good deal, and I wouldn't want to be seen without it. And man, like looking at this card now, it's like 13 bucks. Look at 12 with $1 shipping. So we're looking at $12 to $13 card. This is very, very good. Like I know that's very straightforward. I know that's easy. That's not super in depth, but Triples Tactics Talents makes certain decks playable. Like there's certain decks that just can't be good without Triples Tactics Talent. There's certain decks that will forever not be able to even be rogue without Triples Tactics Talent. And like the fact that it was just so cheap at $9, like I'm telling you, whoever got at 9, yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. Because right, I could see these going to like 15, maybe even 20. I could like if triple taxes becomes like that super hardcore staple that everyone needs 3 of, these could be 20, these could be 15, $20 cards, and you could have got them at 8. So if you really need them, I maybe try to see if you get someone to give you a deal. Maybe get you a set for 30. See someone hook you up. But if not, like I said, try to get them at 12 right now, because this, like I said, still kind. I wouldn't say it's low. This is trying to kind of go up in there because it is like the reprints. It's third reprint. I don't want to sit there and say, oh, it's worth 20 flat. Like, no, I mean it could be 20 depending on how many people really need it, how many decks use it. But yeah, like I said, if you feel that, I'd pick it up now rather than later. Black Closet Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. This is another card that I very much feel that you should pick up sooner. I keep saying that. You should pick this card up now. If you just need, especially if you just need one copy. Like there's so many people that didn't run this card just because, oh, it's too expensive. If you were that person and you still haven't gotten this, your copy, just get it now, because this might become too expensive. Like like this is one of those one ofs that could win you a game, because like in certain situations, like I guess you have access code talker, but maybe you can't access code talker at that moment. Like maybe this is just like like a better option. It's also a link 3, so like you don't like if you're not able to like link climb, you don't have if you don't have like another link to work with. This could technically be easier, although it does need different names, whatever. This card right here, like a lot of people just don't play it because of how expensive it was, and now it's at a price point where I feel like if you were that person, I would just pick it up, so that way you are not left without it come the inevitable when this card might just shoot up to like $5, $6, $10 just because it hasn't been reprinted, and everyone just needs one copy and no one has their one copy. And that's kind of why it went up last time, where it was like it wasn't like using every single deck night everyone wanted it, but whoever did need it needed one copy, and they were paying like 30 bucks for it. Like probably even more, to be honest, if I can remember. This card is pretty expensive for a while. Infinite Impermanence. Here's another card. It's been moving. It's squiggling around everywhere. But yeah, I would go and pick this up sooner rather than later. It is $685, $725, $734. So it's like the $70 price point. But before this card gets out of hand, I would just pick it up. Pick it up now. Don't let it get out of sight. Mysterion, the Dragon Crown. I do not know what's going on. I've seen a couple of videos, seen some people talk about it. I've never seen people really use this in any replays or anything. Never seen any kind of video of anyone talking about any kind of FTK with it. It's cool looking. I've always liked how it looked, like because I thought it was a ship until I kind of looked. I'm like, oh, it's a dragon, hilarious. But yeah, it's one spellcaster, one dragon monster, so it could be a super poly target. But this thing's commanding like a $5 price point. Like $5 right there on top. $4.99. There's like $6 right here. That's six. So there's a $6 price point right there. So like this right here, just out of nowhere, it's being worth $5-6. If you got these, pull them out. Maybe someone wants it. Maybe you post them. I don't know. But this is hilarious. This is just something that I just like noticed that went up, and I was like, oh yeah, of course we gotta talk about it. It's freaking funny. Constellar Sheridan. This right here, I for the longest time, not for the longest time, for when I first heard about it, I think the other day when I first heard about it, I was like, what's going on? Why is this, like why is this kind of like starting? Like, why are people actually like picking this up? Why are people kind of caring? And I guess it's because you could use this as like a garnet target with some of the new support where he sends to the graveyard and it copies his effect on its summon. So it's nothing really special. I thought it was gonna kind of jump up more. Looks like the DT version is like super high. Look at that. The dual terminal version, like that, $10, 12, 30. Yeah, like this is dual terminal. Dual terminal always does dumb stuff like this, so that's not really anything. And then the last card that I want to talk about is Light Force Sword. I was, watching out some of the other videos and noticed that Light Force Sword. Why? I I I guess like they're saying that you could use it as like as uh, a pointer of the Red Lotus. Just take out someone's card. It's at random, so like I guess like it still goes card for card. So in most sense of Yu-Gi-Oh, where you're just trying to go one for one, is really good. But like it's not really as good as the other options, because like you're not able to choose the card. So sometimes you might just take. Sometimes you might get the board wipe. Sometimes you might just get the BS hand trap that wasn't gonna stop you anyway. So yeah, it's the only version that's actually expensive is this super rare version. This is from the Legendary Collection, the Yugi's World. And yeah, like it's like $7-8. So like if you have this, just go ahead and bring them out, post it. Maybe someone will pick it up. I'm gonna check my stuff, see if I have it. I don't think I do. If I do, it'll be hilarious. All the other versions are affordable. 3 cents, 21 cents, 1 cent, 9 cents. So yeah, this isn't like something that everyone's going crazy like, oh my god, even the commons are $1. No, no, you go get your commons for 9 cents. It's just these super rares that are a lot of money. All right, guys, that's it. I'm gonna end this real quick before I get cut off like I have been the other couple times. Yeah, that's it. I thought I had an announcement. I guess just hopefully like look out for the more videos, and I'm gonna try to get them out for the end of the year. Till then, see you. That's it. See you in the next one.